Welcome everybody to the next episode of the Vikings franchise, where we are starting off in the NFL standings screen. As you could see here, we're just looking at the NFC. We have clinched a first round bye. No late season drama like last year. The closest team next behind us is the Cowboys, and we have a 3-game advantage over them with just 2 games left. So this next 2 weeks, you're probably going to see a lot more of the backups. Want to see how well they play for us, keep our guys healthy as we head into the postseason. So, with all that being said, let's jump into this Raiders game. So I thought I was recording the first half, but apparently I forgot to unpause it. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to play both the second half here of the Raiders and the final game against the Bears. We've had the backups in basically this whole, or most of the backups in the whole game, and we're up big 21-7. And honestly, they're playing a lot better than I thought they would. The only starter, or normal starter, that we have out there playing right now is they find a guy across the middle. We had to basically cover 2 different guys with Brooks, and they say fumble. I'm pretty sure he was down. And they are going to bring in the booth review. We had one of these in the first half. They said Josh Jacobs fumbled and that we recovered it. The hit was by Eldra Hilton there, but similarly here, I would say he's down, and that this is not a fumble. I mean, he's on his head. I'm sure they'll count that as down. And they do. They go ahead and give it to him. They mark his head as being down. So, not a fumble there, and that was forced by one of our 4th or 5th string corners in Young. As they go out to the outside, McTire gets a hand on it, knocks it away. And right before half, a little bit right before half, McTire actually had a pick 6. So the defense, even the young guys, the unproven guys, making big plays. Josh Jacobs running free here. Harris finally brings him down and out of bounds at the 34. Yeah, we'll probably play the second half of both of these games, so I'll probably sim to the second half of the next game as we're just trying to finish this season up here. Give the young guys some experience, as we've already clinched the NFC North and the NFC, just in general, the first seed at least. Obviously, we have to play the NFC Championship if we can get there, which if we could play as well as we did in the postseason last year, then I see no reason why we don't get there and don't get to the Super Bowl. Calhoun off the edge, tries to fight through Josh Jacobs, but not able to, and that pass goes out of the back of the end zone. Yeah, up front we have Calhoun and Walnum as the edge rushers, and then in the middle we have Graves and Cowart, one of the free agent pickups that we had, as a flag comes in here a little late. And that will cost them the first down, 3rd and 13. As for our linebackers, we primarily are using Eldra Hilton and Alex Brooks. We also have Troy Dye, who's come in the 4-3 packages. We get a nice pass break, and they almost got it as it bounced off a few defenders for us. And they'll bring out the field goal team here, kicking from the 45, so about a 54-yard field goal. And that is up and wide to the right, not close, and we'll get the ball right back. As for our offense, they've played very well too. We have had some injuries, so we were playing with Blackburn, our undrafted rookie tight end. Unfortunately, he was injured earlier in this game with a bruised sternum, so he left. Should be back for the next game, which he will be playing. But our rookie tackle in Belton, he ended up suffering a much bigger injury, as we're going to find Thurston on the sideline here, down to the 33. Good snag from our fullback. But yeah, Belton was injured. I can't remember exact abdominal. It was an abdominal. That word is so hard. Abdominal tear. So his season most likely done, as Von Miller is with the Raiders and came up injured on that play. But yeah, so those are two guys who are currently not out there, but besides them, we do have basically every other backup out there, as we're going to find Smith Marset across the middle here down to about the 4. He looked closer to 4 to me, but they're going to say 5. But yeah, we have Osborne, Smith Marset, and Ty Spence. Thompson could come out there a little bit. He would be an outside receiver, though, for us. As we're going to try to find Smith Marset. Pass just floated a little bit there from Mund. Falls incomplete. Why not try a little bit of some RPO here? See if Spence gets the break that we want. He doesn't. We go hand it off. And doesn't look like we're really going to get much. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Up front, we have Clayton and Perry. Clayton's playing left tackle. He started probably about half this year for us with Darrisaw's injuries. And then Perry has played a little bit here and there. We're just going to toss that one away. Nothing to see there. Let's try a bit of a sprint out pass here. I mean, we're already up. Bad pass. Should have led more outside, but that's fine. We'll give the Raiders a ball at the 5. Yeah, as for the defense, like I said, Dantzler is a starter for us who is out there, but he's playing an outside corner for us rather than one of the slot spots for us. So that is a bit of a change there. Then McTire and Young are the other two corners out there. And then we have Bynum playing strong safety and Will Harris playing free. As they're going to dump it off here. Josh Jacobs breaks one tackle, but then quickly brought down there by Harris. So yeah, a lot of the younger guys here getting some experience, as they really haven't played much. And as the Raiders make a change here, we're going to flip our defense. Bring the blitz from the other side. Eldra Hilton straight through, trying to fight through, and he gets home. I believe the first sack of his career as well. And that is entirely what these next 2 games, including this game, is all going to be about. Just getting some of these young guys some experience. As you see there, he wasn't sure if it was a run or a pass, so he froze. And Thompson ends up, not Thompson, Josh Jacobs ends up gaining a good chunk there instead of making that tackle at the line of scrimmage. Run a bit of a pass play here. Wasn't sure if they were going to go to Jacobs with a do, and we get the tackle there with Dantzler. Going to bring up a 4th and short. And on 4th and short, looks like they're going to be going for it here. Don't like what I ended up doing there with the linebackers, and they get all the blocks they need. We don't get the push we need. Cowart gets the tackle, but after a gain of about 3 or 4. Granted, still up pretty comfortably in this game, especially with our backups in. Really surprising there. Not sure if that's just us playing really well or the Raiders playing very poorly, as we have a corner who tries to kind of get a tackle, but Waller read that very well. Makes a little move, and he's down the field to the 47. Yeah, defense playing pretty well. They've only given up 7 points, as all backups is pretty good. They go for a screen pass. Alex Brooks reads it the whole time and gets the tackle about at the line of scrimmage. 6 tackles and 1 for a loss for him as he hits the splits. Would love to get Calhoun around the corner here, but he's just been a little slow. This time we get there. Calhoun's sack, I'm pretty sure. Again, another one where it's a first NFL career sack for him. The rush arrives just in the nick of time. A split second later, and that pass is out. Not sure if that was movement on us or if that was movement on their line. As we're missing some tackles here, we finally corral them. But let's see what this flag is. And they are going to call it on us. I wasn't sure who jumped first. They're going to call it on Byron Cowart. And that will give them a redo here on 3rd down. Going to make an adjustment here. And they're going to set up the screen pass, try to get to the outside. We get there and able to get the tackle, and an injury. I can't remember what it was. Marlon Mack. Marlon Mack was number 7 for the Raiders here. He goes down injured after the catch. And they go to the outside and almost get the pick with Dantzler and then almost with Bynum, but that's going to be a turnover on down. So we'll come out here and try to drain the rest of this clock, already up 21-7. Don't need to get too fancy with it. One thing that I don't think I've mentioned yet, in the time from when I thought I was recording but wasn't, we had a pick, like, I think on the 5-ish yard line. Penalty ended up bringing back the return. Then the next play is we're going to find a wide open Smith Marset here. Nice job by Mund. He gets down to the 24 and out of bounds. But yeah, after that penalty brought the ball back to the 5, and Nwangwu went 95 yards untouched to the house, pure speed around the outside, which is why you see 6 rushes and 108 yards. All but, must be 13 of that was all on one play. So he had a really good run. Past that, haven't seen too much, but we have a lot of our backup blockers in, and they're not too much of run blockers. We go to the outside, and Nwangwu breaks the tackle, and it forced a juke move right back into Smith, who gets the tackle. We'll love to see if Osborne can get this play here, but I'm also going to send Thurston on a wheel route. And not liking what I see. Going to have a wide open Nwangwu who gets close to the first down. That's going to depend on the spot. And they do give it to us. Home field advantage comes in there. And really seeing a good game here from Mund. He's been accurate. He's been making plays when available to him. Really like seeing that. Thurston on his first carry gets forward, but Smith Marset down on the ground clutching at his shoulder or collarbone area. And he's going to head into the locker room, so not a good sign there at all. We're going to run a bit of a levels scheme here, see what we could find. And that one luckily falls incomplete. Tried to go to the back corner where we had, I think it was Osborne, but ended up not working out very well. Make an adjustment here. And Thompson comes in to play the outside receiver spot after that injury. And we're going to try to find him here. Ends up being an interception, which honestly is a throwaway pick. I was more or less just trying to see if we could get the ball up high enough to see if we could use his tall frame, but ends up being picked. That's all right. Raiders now have 2 minutes to, a little over 2 minutes, to get down the field and score twice to at least tie the game, or as they get a nice adjustment there from Ruggs, and they're already on the other side of the 50. And there's the update on Smith Marset, dislocated shoulder, so honestly his season might be about done too. Really unfortunate for him, as we haven't seen him play very much during the regular season the last 2 years. Not going to see that this year either. He had 1 game here, would have had 2, but it looks like Thompson will be coming in for him for the remainder of this game and for the next. Almost get there for the pick with Brooks, but Josh Jacobs is an amazing reception guy here. I mean, I don't think he's dropped a single pass that has touched him, and Hilton in for his 2nd sack of the day, 2nd sack of his career. And let's keep the pressure going here. Around the corner with Dantzler, just again a second too late ball. Kind of gets bopped up as he goes to throw it. Falls incomplete, 4th and 16. And the Raiders will be set to go for it here. We're going to make a few adjustments. Get ready to defend a pass here. As they go deep, Young back there. Interesting animation. Ball ends up falling to the turf. Neither the corner nor receiver were able to get a hand on it. And we'll take the ball. We haven't seen much from Dalvin Rhodes since the early running back injuries, or say earlier running back injuries. There's about the halfway point of the season. So we're going to get him out there, and it looks like another injury for Vegas. This game has had a lot of injuries, just the wear and tear of the season, and then some young guys getting their chance out there who aren't, I guess, quite ready for the big league hits, and seeing a lot of injuries. Yeah, we do see the tall frame here of Thompson coming out. He has the +3 height advantage on whoever it is that's covering him. We're going to try to find him here as that pass gets batted around and then intercepted by number 41. Wasn't a very accurate pass. Was a little bit too far out in front there for Mund. which honestly is a bit disappointing because he's had a pretty good game. And I won't put that interception, the first interception, on him, but that one is definitely on him. So they're going to get to the outside. Brooks gets the tackle after a little bit too loose of coverage there on Josh Jacobs. And go to the outside. Dantzler there to get the tackle, but he does not. And Brooks gets another. Tell you what, Brooks has been all over the field today. He might have given up some plays here and there, but he's definitely made up for them. We're going to keep Joyner back here as we try to apply some press coverage to throw off the timing. And they come down, and they almost had a perfect tip to one of their other receivers. And let's just protect over the top here. 9 seconds left. Don't need to give up any garbage time touchdowns. Just swat away the pass. Get a pick if it falls into your hands. Or allow a catch. Number 8, skies up. But this game's a wrap. The second team comes out here and puts together a performance. They're going to win 21-7 or maybe 28-7. I think it's 21-7. And there you see it was all passing for the Raiders. Pretty balanced attack for us. Both teams 2 takeaways, so it ends up being a very balanced game. I don't know if our second team just played above what their ratings are, if the Raiders just played below theirs. And after that game, the only injury that we're going to carry forward, which is nice, so it looks like Smith-Marsette will be back for the next game, is Spencer Belton. That abdominal tear, he's out for 4 weeks, so could be back in time for NFC Championship, Super Bowl, maybe even the divisional round there. So positive news here for Spencer Belton. And now we jump forward to the last game of the season, Week 18. We're into the second half. I simmed the first half with about the same players out as last time. This time I just put Thompson out at receiver instead of Osborne. Osborne will be the 3rd receiver out there as he's played a bit this season. But yeah, even through simming, the second team playing pretty well. It's a close game. It's a 1-possession game. A touchdown gives us the lead here. It's 2014. We get the ball to start, and both teams, although it might be hard to see for one of them, are wearing their 1970s throwback unis. So we have the Purple People Eater uniforms on for the Vikings, and then the Bears have basically the same uniforms that they've been wearing for eternity. Yeah, the team played very well in that first game. Hopefully they can play well here in the second game as well. So we're probably just going to end up scrambling here. Mund runs through a guy and then slides down shy of the 50. I'm sure some people might be thinking that we need to switch up what we're doing and have Mund be the starter after how he's played, but that pass is all you need to know. Like, that pass was meant for Thompson coming across the field and was nowhere near him. We've seen Mund make some pretty good passes, but just he's not very consistent, so we'll stick with the inconsistency that's just better that Saunders gives us. As Cordell Patterson gets a nice rush there on first down. Come out with the play action here. And of course Mund doesn't have as strong of an arm as Saunders does, so some of the deep plays that we've been running would not really work with Mund, as not able to get the completion there to Thompson. Hit him in the hands though. So we'll drop right back down to the run game here. Obviously Belton was injured in the previous game, so he does not return to this game, but everyone else that did get injured, they are back. So Blackburn, who was injured, is out there. Smith-Marsette is out there, so those injuries we saw ended up not being severe ones, as Blackburn, though, not able to hold on to that catch, bring up a 4th and 7. And of course, doesn't really matter if we win or lose this game, so let's just go out here, have some fun. 4th and 7, jet sweep, Ty Spence. Try to use his speed, get around the edge. We don't get the block there from Smith-Marsette, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Let's see if this defense can give us a stop here. Give us a chance for offense to get back out on the field and make the plays that we need to. Get close to the sack, but Fields gets it out just in time. Completion for 5 yards. You know, really, the Bears uniforms have not changed in such a long time, as we get a big hit in the backfield from Alex Brooks. Big hit there on Montgomery. Going to be a loss of a couple. And on 3rd and 6, they come out with a 2-receiver set out to the left, 2 tight ends stacked kind of on the line over to the right. So we're going to check underneath here. We don't get the tackle, and their bruiser powers through a couple of guys for a first down. You know, I thought with that dump off we were good to go, but that second tight end of theirs really fought through, got that first down for him. Good performance for him. They're going to roll out here with Fields. Going to chase him down with Alex Brooks to get the tackle. I think they gained about 1 or 2. Or 2 to 3. Rough estimation. But still a pretty good job there from Brooks. Fields is a pretty fast guy, so good to see that from them. They go underneath. Big hit from Hilton. However, Mooney holds on. And once again, 3rd and short, they go with a running formation here. Got 3 receivers, but 3 tight ends all to one side, and a big hit there from Graves. Knocks Montgomery down, no first down. And this is a rivalry match here, and I'm sure they're not liking that we marched out a second-team squad against them, so they're going to go for it, and a fantastic catch there by Clement. A diving backwards catch with a I don't know if that was corner or linebacker, just all on him. I think it might have been a safety, actually. Nice tackle there from Dantzler. And Chicago is looking poised to put some points on the board here. We would need some Raiders action to force any non-points as Alex Brooks comes in, gets the tackle on Cohen, who's still with the Bears in this universe. And a quick 3rd quarter already brings us into the 4th here. We're still down 6 points with the Bears looking to add to that. They're going to follow Clement all the way over, and Young's going to get the tackle. And we'll go here for a blitz on the 2nd down, and I don't know what kind of pass that was, and there's all sorts of sirens happening right now. Well, I hope whatever those sirens were going to, everyone is okay. I live pretty close to a fire station, so could have been a fire truck coming out, although it sounded like a couple different sirens going there. But Bears first down to the 2. We're going to switch up here to a goal line form here. Typically don't run too much goal line, but we'll see if it helps us out here. So I'm going to change the slant here of the D line to the left, which that is where they go, but they get a nice job sealing the I think that was Eric Kendricks that was out there for some reason. But yeah, they get the nice seal and easy touchdown there for Montgomery. And that score wasn't enough for them. They want the 2-touchdown lead here, so they're going to go for a 2-point conversion. Try to sit underneath some of these routes here. As they scramble, Wanham not able to get the tackle. Eldra Hilton doesn't get him down in time. They say he's in. 2-point conversion good. And you know, it's plays like that that really make you wonder, does Wanham deserve that second contract? You know, you would think that as we just chuck that up after the hit, that's going to be defensive pass interference for sure. And it is, so good game for us on that play. But yeah, plays like that, you really think, do we give Wanham that second contract? Does he deserve that second contract? Does he make the plays for it? Because honestly, his overall stats, ratings, are very similar to someone who you could draft. But, of course, we still have to get through the postseason, so let's focus here, see if we could try to draw this game back close. As we have Spence just not able to get there. 33 does a good job. He ends up knocking that pass away here. I'm going to slide the front to the right as it looks like they're going to be bringing a blitz here. They end up not, but we do find Blackburn. He holds on to it this time. We're going to run a bit of hurry up here. Maybe look for Spence over on this left side going towards the corner. Don't like that. Let's go to Thompson. Gets the catch, holds on to it, and Khalil Mack ends up coming up slow. He's still with the Bears in this universe as well. And unfortunately for him, looks like he's heading to the locker room. So going into an off season with an injury, most likely for him. As we're going to roll out and we're going to find Spence in the end zone. I don't think it's his first career touchdown. It says 3rd receiving touchdown. So he's had actually a few this year, surprisingly. I think maybe on some jet sweeps. And let's try to make this even more interesting here. If we go for 2, get the conversion, get a stop, and get another touchdown, we win this game. So let's see what we could do. Nope, nothing there. So we're definitely going to need a 2-point conversion next time. And now it's time for the defense to make a big play here. It's fine if we drop the game, doesn't really matter much, but of course we don't want to. Want to see some big plays from our young guys. I chose a bad gap to go. They're going to get a first down and a bit more. Finally brought down at the 41. I want to try to bring some blitzes here, see if we could dial up some pressure, get some tackles for loss, just something here. As they go for a rollout, ends up being incomplete. They had a receiver wide open. Believe that it was Robinson if he's still a member of this Bears team. Alex Brooks straight into the backfield. No one there to block him, but just a bit too late. And this one might actually be a fumble. I'm not sure if Robinson was down. I'm going to hope not, but I'm going to assume that he was. And the booth review does come down, so typically that means it's going to be overturned. But we'll take a look. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he was down, but I sure hope he's not. Oh yeah, down completely. Laid down like a baby. At least if it was slow motion, laid down like a baby. You don't really want to just run over a baby. That's pretty bad. As they go for a run down the middle there, Hilton there to get the tackle. They're still at the 41, loss of 1. Time's starting to drain here, but we still have all 3 timeouts. Don't want to use them until we have to. They're going to run outside here. We get the tackle there with Hilton. Nice job. Good job seeing these younger linebackers step up and make some plays out there. Make a slight adjustment here. Change the play call. So they drain the clock here. As Fields trying to scramble, finally get him down by Cowart. Now, unfortunately, with that scramble, might have put them into field goal range here. They'll be kicking from about 46, so a 56-yard field goal. I don't think that's good. Nope, no good. Gives us good field position to start. We need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And what better to try to use Spence's speed and get down the field here on this switch route. Or, if we had an accurate pass, might have had Smith-Marset. See if maybe we could use Patterson. I don't like the way that they're lining up there. So instead, let's switch this to a run. We break 1 tackle, but not a whole lot else. Try to run a bit of hurry up here. See what we can get. An interception. We're going to get an interception instead. Luckily, we still have 3 timeouts. Pass ended up floating just a little bit there from Mund. Ends up being a pick here, so let's see if we could get the ball back as quickly as possible. Would help if we had someone there to tackle him. Call our first timeout. 2nd and 3. They come out in a tight end loaded form. 3 of them out there. We're going to send a bit of a blitz here. Not really to anyone's surprise. As we get a good push up front. Brooks in the backfield. Another timeout. And on 3rd and 6, I want to be set up to cover some passes, but also don't want to give up a run here. So let's bring down the receivers as they go down the middle. Get a good cut there from Montgomery, but that's about it. And we're going to hold on to this last timeout. And we need a bit of speed out there, so we're going to bring out Chark here, who hasn't played much of any the last 2 weeks. Going to use his speed, try to get to the outside. He does and gets out of bounds. Takes a bit of time off the clock, but we needed a little space. And that does buy us the space that we need. Let's see. What does Thompson look like here? He's not getting off the line anytime soon, but we need some deep routes here. And we have Osborne. He has the separation. He has the speed. He's going to go into the end zone. All we need is a 2-point conversion to tie this game up. And if we don't, season's over. The regular season's over with a bit of a loss, but a fun time here with these young guys. And Madden suggested that we run a little bit of spacing here. I'm going to change up some of these routes. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us. And we get it! Blackburn in the back of the end zone. That was the one route I wasn't too sure on. All the other ones, I was like, oh, these will get open. They didn't. We actually ended up getting both of the tight ends open, but all that mattered was that we get into the end zone on that 2-point conversion, which we did. Now we just need the defense to make some plays here. They go for a run on the first down here. I guess they're playing for overtime too. And that they are. They're just going to let this clock drain. Not sure why. You have 3 timeouts. Might as well try to make something happen. Instead, they just hand it off. We're going to head into overtime here. The final game of the season. Regular season. And the coin toss. Who's going to win it? The Bears have won, so they will be receiving the kick. Yep, they'll be receiving it. And we need to make sure our defense makes some plays. All right, defense, let's see what you can do. OT. You need to prevent a touchdown. You can technically give up the field goal, but do we really want to? Not really, as there's both Hilton and Brooks there to stop Montgomery. So far in the 2 games that I've played with them, not counting the preseason, Brooks and Hilton seem to make a good pair at linebacker as we get another tackle here from Brooks. He's had so many tackles the last 2 games. That brings up a 3rd and 8. They got 3 receivers over to the left. Bring down a bit of some press coverage here. Try to find the sweet spot as we get a sack from Graves in the final game. Really nice to see that. We need those stats. All right, Mund, all we need to do is get at least a field goal, but I'm going to let you guys have the option to get a touchdown if we get down into that range. Nice play there made by Montgomery. Not Montgomery, made by Nwangwu. Really glad it's not made by Montgomery. Let's roll out here. Try to throw it. That's not who I meant to throw it to, but Flanagan gets the catch. The dog's celebrating. Good plays all around. And I wanted to set up a screen pass earlier, but the defense came out in a manner that I didn't like, so let's try it again. Let me get it out to Cordero. Not able to make the guy miss. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Let's try this overload here. Send everyone to the right, just at different levels. And we're going to go deep. Thompson in the back. No, not Thompson. That was Smith-Marset, not able to hold on to it. Beautiful pass, though, from Mund. He was just able to hold on to it. That was a touchdown. We're going to send Cordero here on a streak. Let's see what we like most, and we like Smith-Marset to the outside at the 10-5 touchdown. We walked this game off, kind of. I don't really know if you count as the first possession as walking it off, or if just any possession that ends the game immediately is a walk-off, but nice play from Smith-Marset. Ran a great route. Good pass from Mund. Threw it to where only Smith-Marset could get it. And this game is a wrap. We didn't drop a single game for when these backups came in. And as we sim past the rest of the regular season games into the postseason, the NFL playoffs, wild card week, you see, we don't have any competition. We have the week off. So next round, the divisional champion, or the championship, the divisional round will come in. We're going to have a well-rested starters with them basically getting 3 weeks off to recover, recuperate, and then we are set to go to the Super Bowl, hopefully. We just got to pull off the rest of these games. 1 loss and we're done, which would be real unfortunate coming off a 15-2 season. The Packers end up being 10-7. And as we open up the playoff bracket here, you see that they did fight their way back in. So for the NFC, we have us as the 1 seed, Cowboys the 2 seed, Panthers 3, Rams 4, and Packers 5, New York Giants 6, and San Francisco 7. Over on the AFC, what did I tell you? Jaguars are going to find a way to do it. They get the first round bye. They've been in the Super Bowl every year in this series. We defeated them in embarrassing fashion is just the nicest way to put it last year. Kansas City takes the 2 seed, Browns 3, Patriots 4, Texans 5, Colts 6, and Bills 7. So another Bills Kansas City playoff game. Hopefully that goes as good as the first one was. Some Bills fans might not say it was good, but it was a great game for someone who didn't have a dog in the fight. But I'm not going to sim over to the next week, so you're going to need to make sure you stick around to see who we're playing and how well we do and if we're able to get 2 Super Bowls in back-to-back seasons. So make sure you're hitting that subscription button below and that bell notification to be notified of when these are posted. You can also follow me on Twitter, BigBearB_gaming, as I always tweet a link out for whenever these are posted, plus talk about all the trades, scenarios, and whatnot that are happening in free agency and just the off-season currently right now. So a lot of fun stuff happening there, so you can check that out. But yeah, a lot of fun stuff happening here, and as we get into these playoff games, I'll start dropping some hints at what our next series is going to be that we'll bring in alongside this one. Not that they'll be connected, but just we'll be posting them at the same time. So make sure you stay tuned for those. And yeah, until next time, have a good day. Bye.